Given today's, political climate and then awareness of racism and the injustices, why was it important to put a movie out like this today?
Well, I think that there's so much that we forget. We forget how we got here in terms of kind of the turbulent climate in the country right now, and it's important to be reminded of how we got here. You know what I mean? And this complicated history of this country. It's very complicated. This is a beautiful country, but it has a very painful past, and an important past. And it's good to remember, but it's good for us to remember our heroes and our heroines, right? I mean, that's really what it's about. We have to remember what people were able to accomplish, because I think that right now young people can get kind of overwhelmed, and it's almost like you want to bury your head in the sand because the news is so oppressive. But it's important to remember what singular people were able to accomplish in turbulent times.
And then, given, like you say, heroes, there's so much documentation, there's so many historical facts. What's that one thing that was so important that you needed to include in this film?
Well, it's really the idea that she was doing this as a young woman. I wanted to speak to young women. I think our image of Harriet often is like the old woman in the chair, and I really wanted to just say, no, this is a woman that was in her 20s, when she was doing a lot of this work, her 20s and early 30s. And so just remind young people and young women what has been accomplished and what can be accomplished by, young women and young women of color.
And speaking of women of color, women empowerment, can you describe like being the director, having this at your helm?
Well, Harriet is produced by two women. One of them is a black woman, and written by two African Americans, one of whom is a woman, one of whom is me. So, women at the helm, and people of color at the helm. And then, of course, I'm the director, and about a black woman, and starring this phenomenal actress. We have a black production designer, black costume designer, black composer, and it's a really powerful hair and makeup, of course, but a really powerful group of people, and then of course a rainbow coalition of people that came together to make this movie. And so it's a female-driven film. So there are women at the top of this film and guiding this film, and I'm super proud of that. And it's also a very colorful film, people of color in positions of power, the art of the film was actually made by women and people of color, working with a whole lot of other people to bring this vision. So we're really excited about that.